Okay, so apparently my connection is pretty bad. Anyway, um, let's see, are we live? Yeah, I think we are live. Okay, let's see. No. Ah, okay. Hello. Hello and welcome to the next live stream for today. I think this live stream is about auctions feature walkthrough and a bit of debugging from the previous bugs that we found in the last live stream. I will I'll just start. Let me just find out that we are okay and there's no problem with connection. Chat disconnected. Okay, something is not right. Checking connection. Let's switch this. All right. Hopefully everything works fine. I will reload these. Check connection. It's already live. All right, okay, that's fine. Okay, so today we will go through the auction feature, and then if we get time, we can fix a couple of bugs that we found from the previous live streams. So for those who haven't watched the previous live stream, which we aired, I think last week or something, it's already on our channel. You can go check it out. But for now, let's walk through the auction feature, how it works, and why it's important. So I'll explain why the auction feature is really important for people who are doing sales, who want to sell stuff, and for people who want to just compete and buy things as fast as they can, as fast as time allows them. Right. So for those who don't know what auction features look like or how to access it, so if you go to the page, to the home page of the website QuestLyst, I'll just go to the main page, so it's clear. So on the main page, you go to the auction feature, the home page of the page, QuestLyst, and then head on to live auctions and bidding. So live auctions and bidding, currently we don't have stuff there, but I'll demo on my local machine so that you get to experience everything on the local device environment. And so the auction feature is right here. I have a few auctions already that I have created, but I'll create one for now and then take you through the steps of creating an auction and creating an item for an auction. So there are two categories of an auction. So the first category is a private auction, which has limited access. Only those who have the code can access it. An example is right here. So if you look at the card of an auction, you'll see that it has a lock indicator saying that it's a private auction, and a public one will have some sort of a world globe or something, which will indicate it's a public one. So if you click a public, you will directly be sent to the auction item page. So this shows the details of an auction, where it's located, or currently it's located online, but this is just for, if the auctioneer sets the address, then you'll see the address of that auctioneer right here. And then the lister of this auction will also be displayed as listed by the owner, and a few items. So in this auction we have 4 items, and a few of them are live. By live, it means that the bidding has begun. And then we have another one which has already completed bidding. So bidding for this has ended, it's closed. So it closed without bids, no bids were placed. Also, this was closed. So for now, I'll just walk you through the process of creating a private auction and a public auction. So you need to log in first. So log in, I'll sign in as a shoe user, and then okay, and then select create auction. So create auction we ask a few stuff. So there's not much on create auction, just a few organization, if there is an organization. Sometimes you can create an account, but then you don't have an organization. These will not display if you don't have an organization. But if you do have an organization, then what we'll do is we allow you to select that organization, and the auction will be under the organization itself. That way, if an organization has more members, or what I mean by members is I'll walk you through the organization setup and how to set members and add members. But if it has members, as a summary, or sorry, as just a highlight, if it has members, then those members can access this auction and can select, change stuff, add items, or do whatever except delete stuff. So I think admin can only the owner of the organization can only do that. So I'll select organization as the research organization, and then this will be which live stream is this? So I'll call it auction feature walkthrough at live stream. Through can type and then let me get a random description online, so, and paste. Now the date for this auction is the start date. So the start date is when the auction you want the auction to start, and that is it has to be after today. So if today or after today, that way it's always in the future. So I'll say maybe this auction should start tomorrow, 21st, and then end on 25th. And the contact number, this is important if users can't reach you, or they have questions and they want to reach you. Then what they do is they use these contacts to reach you. And now this is what controls whether it's private or not. So I'll create a public right now, and then I will for private we can do later, but let's do a public one. And here we can do create the auction. The create auction is successful without items, Now the next step is you create the items under these auction. But before that, let me just walk you through a few important stuff that, if you are interested in a specific kind of item, which it's available for that auction, you can search that item. But right now you do search, but then there's no items to search. But if there are a lot of items that you want to just go directly to search, then we can search by title, lot number, and other things as well. And you can also filter by condition, the new ones. And so some items are old or used or refurbished, and you can filter those if you want used items, which usually are much cheaper than new. But in an auction environment, you can't really predict whether how prices really work, because it's a competitive nature, and what you do is just play the game of a bidding, and the winner gets the item. So if it's used, it can cost as much as the highest bidder, right? So that controls the price. It's uncertain. And then time is just when the auction starts. No, yet you can filter when it started and how when it would be ending. So maybe you're interested in an auction that would be starting next week, because maybe you'll be busy or something, or you're interested in an auction that starting today, or you can filter those. And also pricing, maybe you're interested in a specific range of prices for the auctions, you can do that. Now we can do you can also edit an auction. So maybe you want to edit some few other items that you already created. You can also edit that. Maybe say let's add a few other. Okay, that's not good. What happened? Let's find out. Okay, so this live stream also, we will be doing a few of like bug capturing and maybe fix them. For now, let me see if we get a bug. So this is not working, and that's a bug. Need to find out why it's not working. It should work actually. And let's try again. That's weird. Okay, so we have a bug again today, a new bug that will. Okay, it says. Okay, access code has already been taken. What do you mean? I don't have an access code. Oh, okay, so that's not that's a bug, which this was not a private auction, and it looks like it's trying to access undefined. I'm sending the wrong, and I'm sending an undefined. I think this is a bug. I think we'll fix that, but for now I'll just walk you through the creating an item. So if you want to create an item, you can follow these steps. We have about the item, talk about the item, what is it about, and then few settings, prices, and maybe shipping address, or whatever is important for that item. And then timing and media. Media is just the photos for the item. Then review and pay. So payment, for now, I think this step we skip it for now, but once we implement a robust payment system, then we will have a way to for auctions to be charged a small amount of fee, which will control how much we want the system to hold as a system that runs auctions, right? So if so payment will be handled later, and then you publish. So get started leads you to this page where you start to create the item. This will be an auction let's call it something item live one and live. Then description. Lot number is this is unique to an item. So every item has a lot number which is unique to them. So you have to select an item a lot number that has not been used before, and that way we only filter specifically by that lot number when we're doing filtering. Then we can do next. So next will lead you to pricing. So auction settings. This is the prices. So prices is the starting price. So if your item you want your item to start at the price of $4,000, you can do that. Any price. So say we do $5,000. It starts from $5,000 and increments to based on what you set here as an increment. So bid increment is how much you want the auction to increment by. So for example, 5,000 as the starting price, you will increment, and then we want it to increment by $100 until it reaches a point where we have a winner for that auction, for that bidding. So the reserved price for those who will be creating auctions is just the price you think the value of the item is, and it can be what you want. It won't be shown to the users, but it will be what you want the people to the item to be sold at. So if you usually it's set higher than the market price. So if the item market price is $6,000, right, $600, then I'll say maybe you can set the reserved price to maybe 700, maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe you can set it higher. But what we do is we use this to check whether we have a winner or not. If any bid is higher, all the bids is higher than the reserve price or is equal to the reserve price, we select that as a winner. Then the currency, we only support these three. For maybe future we can add more, but for now we just have these three. And so this is when you want the auction to start. Let's just set it to the same time as the auction itself, the item as the auction. And then I'll say maybe let's make it let's select images for this item. So images, painting, then payment, we skip this because we need to implement this. And then you're done. You publish. When you're ready, you think everything is set, you publish your item, and once it's published, it goes straight to, you see a message, auction item has been successfully created, and then it redirects you to the page where the auction lives. So we have now one item for this auction, and you can see that it starts bidding starts in 5 hours, I guess. Yeah, 5 hours, and then it runs for 4 days. Now so that's how you create an auction item. And when you go directly to this auction item, what you see is this. So you'll see details of the item and the starting price, the current bid. So if there are no bids or the auction has not started, the current bid is usually just their starting price. So we map that to the starting price, and then every time a higher bid value comes in, we set that current bid to this as the highest bidder. And a few details for this auction. These are important for people who are interested in the location, the owner, and lot number, increment, like information about the auction itself. And so that's how you create an auction, and it's children items. Now what we can do next is just go through the steps of bidding. So bidding is a whole new process where when an auction item has been created, people who are into, if it's live, right now it's not live, but we can go to a live one, so that I don't remember the code for these, but let me go to these ones. So this has a live auction. So for these, every time we do a bid, a system or the item has started, it's live. You'll see, if it's live, you'll see this orange button. It lights up and tells the user it's live. Now you can select any of these and then start a bid, and I'll just run through that. So if you select this one, this one is has already some bids that has been placed. So because I'm demoing on just one device, and I'll just show. Currently, you can't bid as the owner, so the auctioneer cannot bid on this item. That way, they cannot really shield the price of the item, or control the price of the item. The price of the item is controlled by the people who are involved in bidding, those who are bidding competitively, those who are the people who control the item. Now I'll log in as a person who is not the owner of this item. So if you're not the owner, I'll dismiss this. So this is for the installing. I think I mentioned this, but I'll dismiss it. So if you just want to bid, you want to play the bidding war. If you're not logged in, this is what you see. You'll see just what's happening, and bids streaming through. But if you are a potential bidder, you need to bid. So if you're not registered or logged in, you'll see register for bidding. So for now, let me log in for with an account, and then after login, I'll see place a bid. Now this happens because you see place a bid because we already have my account, the account that I have logged in as is already registered. So I'll show you another process where we don't need to register. We need a way to register before we can place a bid. So now I can place a bid. Let me show you how the bid works. So first of all, ask price has changed. This is just a way to inform the people who are involved in the bidding war that the price has changed. So this is the current ask price, which means that the highest bidder is this, and then this is what the system is asking the next bidder to place. So if the system is asking me to place 5,500, then I need to place 5,500. If I do, maybe like I'm so greedy, I want to just do be the highest bidder and go to 5,600, then the system won't allow that. So it should be great. It should be equal to the ask price. So we that way we control. It's fair. So we make sure everyone is playing by the rules. If the increment controls how the bidding works. So if I place a bid, then it should update. I think I'm not sure why it didn't update, but I think I will try to log in as what, this other guy, the auctioneer, or another person, but it should update. So that's a bug. And let me try to log in as this, and then I will place a bid using so which one was it? This. So this is the bid we place. So if you are watching as the auctioneer, you are watching your item as people place bids. What usually happens is you'll see bids streaming in. So an example is, let me place a bid right now, and you will see you see an update in real time as the bid come through. So next bid is this. So if you look at this, you'll see bids streaming through. Right now, it's not as interesting as it would be when people are really competing, because you'll see them like running as in a stream. But for now, what you see is just one bid coming through, because I'm just the only one playing this this bidding war. So that's the whole process of bidding. And then one other thing is let me try to get, we want an account that has not registered. You are new, you want to get into the bidding war. How do you register, right? So let's do that. Let's try to do that. So I will make sure this account is new, and let's see, and then what user, don't want user address, okay, is it user? I don't know, user. Or let's try this. Okay, so we have this ID. I need a ID. Yeah. So where? And fast. And delete. Okay, now we do this address. So right now, when I reload this user should no way. I think it should update. Let me see if I can. Okay, log out first. Oh, I see. I think I'm logged in as. Let me log in as this guy. And let's just see it. Okay, let me see if I can find out why. So this user has okay, it has an address registered. We need okay, I need to update this guy. Okay, let's try again. Awesome. So right now this user is just has not registered for an auction, and what you do, you see is you'll see register for this auction. Even if you're logged in, you need to register for this auction, and once you click register for this auction, what you see is this. Oh, I see, I think I'm not showing the right thing. Okay, so this is register for this auction. This is what you see when you click register for this auction. And so this form just requests for a few details. We just need the shipping address. This is for mostly for auctioneers to ship their item. You agree on how the item should be delivered or shipped, and then accept accept terms and conditions, some terms of sale, and also we also use these to verify that the legitimacy of the bidders, so that when you become the winner of the bidding war, what happens is we use the address to ship to email to the auctioneer your details, and then the auctioneer will send an email or invoice based on those details. So I'll say address. I'll just select any address, and then Kenya and Kia and Cameroon, random. And then once you save it, now you can now place a bid for this auction. So let's try and place a bid, and then once I place a bid, I'll see okay, it's not updating from the one who's placing a bid, but it's updating for this guy, not for this guy alone, but for anyone else. So let me try again. This is a bug, I think, but let me try again for this and see it updates. And if I log out, so if you just want to enjoy how and see how people place bid or like engage lively on the bidding wall. So what you can do is, if you're not logged in, you will still see bids streaming. So if I'm not logged in, I'll still see the bids streaming. So it doesn't. It's like that way you can engage. You can bid, see live who's scoring higher than you, and then bid directly, or you just want to enjoy the and see the live stream, then that's fine, you can do that. Now another thing is, when you are, so when for example you are logged in as this guy, we have an auction item, and it has not really started, it's not live yet, in a sense. Let's go to the one that we just created today. So which one was it? Auction, yeah, this. So this is not live. To be live in the next 5 hours. Now if you go to this, what you'll see is you place you don't see place a bid, you see place a maximum bid. What a max bid means is, in auction terms, this is the highest amount you're willing to pay for this item, so that the system will use this amount to calculate and place your next bid on your behalf in the bidding world when it's live. So what that means is, if I place a max bid right now, what I'm telling the system is, this is what I think the value of the item is, and I want you to use this value to place bids for on my behalf. And what max bid means is, I'm willing to pay that amount when I become the winner. So if you win, that's the amount you're willing to pay. But if you win with the amount that is less than the max bid you placed, you are going to pay the amount that you the highest bid amount, not the max bid. The max bid is just to control, to give you the highest chances of becoming the winner of the bidding war. So you can place a max bid for these, and then what this, we don't show this max bid during the live stream or the live bidding war, or we don't show it anywhere. So if I say maybe I'm willing to pay the highest amount, like 900,000 in dollars, and I place a max bid. So what you have here is it's created successfully. Now you get a few items: nuance, commitment and nuance. Just these are good items. You save it because we want it's a unique thing. So every bid has this cryptographic encoded values. So it encodes your max bid, your bid ID, and any information that is relevant whenever you want to verify whether your max bid won or some other game was played within the bidding war. So this is just, you save these, and these will be decoded whenever you submit them. You want to verify that no one played you and the system did not play you. Somebody beat you at a bidding war. If somebody beat you and you want to verify, then you use these details. So that's a good way to control the system, it's a faithful way. Like you trust the system because the system has given you verification evidence of your max bid. You can verify later that my max bid was actually beaten by another highest bidder, which makes sense if you can verify that with the nuance details. So that's the whole process of placing a bid and creating an auction and seeing the bids come through. Now the other thing is, when we have a winner and we want to every time it's done, the bidding war is complete, the status of the item becomes sold. So when it's sold, no one can bid on it. We send an email automatically to the winner and the auctioneer, and telling them the information of the bidder and the winner, and then also sending an invoice to the bidder, the winning bid. And then once we have those information, then what happens after that is the trade. The trade is when the auctioneer or the seller of this item does an exchange with the highest bidder, where they do like an exchange in money and the item itself. And then so after that we only just tell the auctioneer that this is the winner, and the bidder is that this is the invoice of the item. Now the contact of each of them can also be emailed to them so that they can continue with the trade. Now the one thing we're thinking about is, if you remember in the live stream before, the first live stream, we had a way to do a couple of so we had a way to create a reservation, and people can do a proximity trade. Now we can include that later on auctions, so that when everything is complete, when bidding has done and people have won, then we can include a proximity trade for these items, so that people can use that feature to exchange and pay each other whenever they want to. Now that's the whole bidding process and the whole item and auction creation. Now, if for a private auction, we have these. So private, you need an access code to access this. So I don't think I have an access code somewhere, but for this access code, let me see if I can get it. So for me to access this, I need this access code. This is created every time when you're creating an auction. So if I do this, I can access that auction. But when you, let me just show how to create that. So if you're creating an auction and say is private, we ask for this access code. You create the access code yourself. We don't create it for you. You do it yourself and then save it. And anyone who needs it, or you can distribute it to the people you think that want to be involved in the auction. And if people are interested in a private auction, you can contact that's why we have contact information on this auction. You can contact directly the people who are involved, the owner of this auction, and then they can send you the access code. Okay, now I think that's the whole thing, the whole process of auctions and bidding. I don't think there is any other thing that I've left behind, but that's the whole thing, the whole process of auction. Now, what we can do next is say we want to it's a bugs. So we had a bug, some bugs initially that we encountered last time, and just to mention, in the next sprint, in the next stream, I will run through the register organization process, and then I will also what else can I do next? I will also run through, if we get time next week, we can also go through assets. Assets and properties are an interesting feature that I think people will be interested to find out how it works. And then organization is straightforward. Just create an organization and you'll see stuff, but we will go through this process later on. But for now, I want to probably, let's try to find out, fix a few bugs. So the bug that we had previously was this. So I had okay, let me create a way. I'll create so what you're looking at is let me log in as the owner of the item, and then what you're looking at will be the owner of an item. Right, this. Okay, so what you're looking at on this, see, reservation, cancelled. Okay. And yeah, so what we're looking at is a dashboard of the owner of this item, item number 40, ID number 40. This is this item. Now, if you click here, it will lead you to the dashboard, and you'll see the people who are interested in it, reservations you've created, transactions. So I'll create an interest. And you'll see just how it works. So for now, let's go. Let me log into another account using. So say you are a person interested in this item. I will log in as that person interested in this, and then submit an interest. So The interest process of submission is this. Simply, this is the person who is interested in this. So what they see is this, but what the owner sees is the other one, this one. So let's say I'm interested and I want to submit an interest. So I will, let me just do it as you see it. So I will submit an interest. Okay, where are you? I'll try to submit an interest. Select the date, suggested date. Maybe you want to meet tomorrow, and from 4:30 p.m. to tomorrow same day, 6:30 p.m. and you want to pay via M-Pesa. You can do payment by crypto, but this is in progress implementing. We are implementing this feature, which will be interesting as well. But for now, we just support M-Pesa Rail, and then you can send a message, say testing live bidding. Okay, yeah, sorry, it's center. And then once I submit an interest, well, I just want you to see if, for example, I'm the owner and I'm currently logged in and I'm watching this item, or you're not logged in. But if I'm logged in, then I'll see an interest sent, right? So if an interest is sent, as the owner of the item, I should be able to see that we have an open interest. So this I had to reload, but what happens is we send an email to the owner with the details. So I'll just show you an example of do I have let me see if I have I can access the email or something. If not, can I access the email? No way. I don't think I can. Mail. I don't know. Okay, let me find out if I can access mail page. Oh yeah, so I have so this is an example of an email. This is local, but what you'll see is an example of an email sent to the owner of that listing, and then just send an interest and then you can respond if you can accept or decline. So these are just information about that listing. So if you click here, it will lead you to that that listing, to the dashboard, so where you can control, see what the interest is, an open interest, filter based on open, accepted, declined, expired, and then if it's an open interest, what you'll see is you can either decline or accept. And let's say I accept. Now the bug we were looking into was I think somewhere here, when I accept an interest, and so this process of staking. So if I stake, what happens is the stake goes through, but the amount is never deducted. Well, it's deducted in real sense, but it's never updated in real time on the UI. So that's let's try and take. So if you watch this amount, we have 46,580, and we expect it to be like for maybe 480 or something, 51. So if I stake, you see the stake happened, but the interest happened, reservation was created, one person, the seller checked this is fine, and you can see this in transaction. 99.07 was deducted from the amount, but you see this shows the balance, but then the update is not in real time. So I have to do a refresh on this for it to work. So refresh again for it. So that's a small bug. It's not really it's trivial. It's not something huge, but we can try to update that. And if you have time, we can also fix the one that we had on auctions. And okay, so I think can we see this? I need to be right there. Okay, so try maybe smaller. Okay, where are we? Let me make sure I'm working on the right branch. And let's see, where are we? Okay, so we want to fix this guy. So I will just walk through okay, see the component is on engagement dashboard. Balance. Search it. Balance. Is it QuestLyst wallet? Okay, it's not here. Oh, it's wallet. So it's dashboard, wallet. QuestLyst balance. Wallet, yes. So this is the balance we want to handle. So it's wallet balance, and refresh. So refresh is the one that does. If I refresh, it hits this. Which endpoint does it hit? So it's a use callback, and we are going to this. So API and payments wallet. Now what we can do here is we need to trigger this refresh every time we make a change. Like for example, if I accept, if I make any change, like accept or is it just accept decline? Okay, usually what happens is we deduct amounts only if it's accepted or if we are making a refund. So if it's a refund, so on this transaction, if it's a credit, we need to update it automatically, and if it's a debit, we need to deduct it automatically. And it looks like I have to refresh it first for it to work, but we can do maybe let me see if I can. We need to trigger this function, and wallet balance is here, refresh is here. Now if I where a stake, so the stake, what it was the stake function that was, so let's just create another another process. So for this, I'll pick another item and then say I want this to stake here, submit an interest, and then we make a stake, and then submit an interest. Okay, submit, interest submitted, and then so I'll go directly here and I'll see these interest. So what we want is when I do accept and then stake, it should update this amount automatically. Okay, let's try to go to the engagement dashboard. Stake dialog. We need to stake dialog. So here, stake dialog on stake. What is on stake? Okay, let me get rid of these. So on stake is stake phase only. It's called only if it succeed. Close, we can't use close, but we can use on stake. So inside on stake, we need to call a refresh to trigger a refresh here. So the refresh can be let's say wallet. So this refresh, it's only triggered by when we click refresh, but we need it to also be triggered when on stake happens. And that's going to be a problem but okay, let me get the token here. And get access token. That's going to be a problem because right now wallet is coming from a state that, oh yeah, we are updating the state, wallet state. So the state is it's local, it's not global. Now we can solve these. Okay, so if I carry this to one way to do this is to maybe carry this state to this file to stake, so that the state is managed by this, and then set wallet would be called but managed by this. Another way is we can use Redux. So Redux can also be Redux manages global state, right? Okay, let's say use selector. I have a hook called use app selector. Oh, I do have it here, so let me just use up. Use what? App selector. And I can say wallet. Okay, use app selector state dot wallet. And this, we don't need this. We can get rid of these. And also get rid of this, hopefully. I don't know, this and this pass. Also maybe okay, let's see if we don't really have a Redux for this. Let's create another actions. Let's create a new called wallet. Wallet folder, and inside that we can create an action index.ts, and we also need API version. So I'll just check wallet.api.js, and then this action. Okay, bugs, errors. I'll just copy these save time, and then paste. Okay, so we want from wallet get wallet balance, and wallet. Then from this will be created on, like, we need also to create reducer for this wallet reducer, and should just be wallet. And this wallet, say, just use the same. Slice wallet, get wallet balance slice. I've already configured this, so that's why it's just reusing code. Because we are using the state here is wallet state, so we need to also use that same name to include in the payload. And I'll say get wallet balance slice. So we don't have this in our initial state. So init is from our initial state, we need that as well. So init and payload. So payload requires that we have wallet in it, then context. So context is just data is just an object, because we accept an object from our the backend, so that we just leave it as context. And let's go back, wallet, and this is done. And we can go back to our actions. Action is get wallet balance slice, and use this here. Okay, so request, failure, success. So those are actions. And the first action is triggered, the second action is an error, and then the third action. So we don't, so there is an issue here because we don't have this wallet balance. And this, so we don't really have, oh, I see, okay. I can do the same with this, so that's not good. Still more. Okay, let's try a get request. I'll try a get request. Another get request. The host is our backend API. Get wallet balance, and we need so the previous endpoint was this, so it's payment, and this should be get request. And we don't need data, just need this, and we are fine. This action should be something like get wallet balance action. And we need it to be a token. Oh, there's another problem. So token, we should pass it token because we require a token here, auth token. So authorization should be bearer. Bearer. Token. No token. Token. Okay. And then we can do does it have a token dispatch? Okay, this is okay. Now we can use that in our so the reducer, we can use that in our, we can make it global so that the rest of the application, the rest of the system knows about it with time. Okay, so the rest of get wallet balance reducer. Where are your wallet wallet. Oh, we were in wallet, I think. Then wallet. So we expose wallet because we are using it somewhere here. Yeah, this in our state. So we expose that wallet as get wallet balance reducer. Okay. Is it still identifier has already been cleared? This is on, I think. Okay. No, not a number. Okay, so we still need to involve. We need to fetch it. So let's see what this is. Wallet. Okay. Okay, where are you? There you are. Okay, so next thing is this is empty. It's empty. It's empty. So let's fetch it. Include in properties. So in our state we need the wallet, and then state.wallet. And here we can do connect. From Redux. Is it React Redux or? Okay, let's find out if it's React Redux. It should be React Redux. Few examples. Okay, not. Yeah, I think it's React Redux. Then connect is correct. Okay. Now this is okay. Then here we can say map state to prop, and then the state which is get action. So so to map state to prop will be get the wallet action, which we already have it in the system. Just need to import it somewhere. Get wallet balance action. This is from source Redux wallet. Hopefully that's all we need from this. And let's see if our props has what we need. This says what is this? Module Redux wallet, or it's so where is it? It's in Redux actions. Okay, Redux actions. And then in our props, we will pass the props instead. The variable props, and then say okay. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything in our props? Nothing. Let's get wallet balance action. We'll need this in our props first. For this to be, how is it? This is this only takes token. I think, yeah, I think it only takes token. Well, let's just find out. Is it string? Yeah, token is string, and then any. Okay, still null. We need to call these functions with so where we are doing, so we don't need this API anymore because we already actually we don't need this response. We just await this action, passing the token, and then our wallet from state, global state, will include the value. Now if we go to this, you'll see the wallet, and this is the balance. But we also don't need this loading variable somewhere. I think loading. Where is it? Loading. Because we have loading in our Redux, so we just get rid of loading. Then use what is in our Redux. We don't need these. Then wallet dot data dot wallet balance. Data dot wallet balance, and then loading. Don't need final. Loading. Awesome. Then what else do we need? Delete. Loading wallet. Okay, wallet balance. So right now it's still not a number, but that's because we are using the wrong wallet. So this will be one wallet.data.wallet balance and wallet.data.balance. So we should see some data, something, yeah. And awesome. And then currency. I don't think we need currency. Is it set? Where is currency set? Currency format. I think this format function. Oh, it's always Kenyan shillings. Oh, because wallet is in Kenyan shillings, because we only load wallet using M-Pesa. We don't use any other means of loading. So we can fetch using Redux. So now what we can do next is we want to update. Instead of using, we just need to call use app selector in our where was it, stake dialog on stake. So on stake, inside on stake, we are changing something inside on stake engagement. Yes, so here we need to also include wallet here, state.wallet, because it's global, so it's accessible by any other component. And here I think we need wallet balance action, but this should be also imported somewhere. We're getting it from wallet. Where is it? Wallet balance action. It's coming from source redux and remember actions. Okay, and wallet, and then now we need to call it here. Await get wallet balance action, then pass in the token. But first of all, we need to also include it in our props, because if it's not in our props, it will be calling the direct get wallet action that we imported. So our props needs to have get wallet balance action. Now if we check these, now every time we do a stake, it will update the state in our Redux, not the local state in our wallet. Now every time we do that, what happens is useSelect will reload and use that value from our let's test this. So if I accept, and then 87, so 87 minus this value for 81 minus 87, we need to have 46394. Hopefully it works. Let's watch for this. So if I stake there, okay, our math was okay. So yeah, it updates in real time, which is good. It means that we are updating the global state instead of the local state. So that's the power of Redux. So if I do reservation, let's say I do I stake as this guy. So let's go here as a buyer, as a seller, sorry, as a buyer. Let me do a stake as well. So as a buyer, when the seller stakes, I'll see seller staked, the value is held. Now as a buyer, I need to also stake. That's why you'll see stake right here, or you can see it on the listing itself. So on the listing, you'll see the stake value, the stake button right here. Now I would go and stake directly here, so we see an update on this value, and the same amount that the seller staked is the same amount we are staking. Now let's stake and see an update there. See, it updated. That's good. Now we have debited 87 shillings. And the transaction ID references, these are good for tracking transactions, debits and credits. Now, once everyone has staked, an update is also reservation is activated automatically. So you'll see here the status of this is active. That means that a trade can now go through. You can cancel if you want to as a seller, and a buyer does not see anything, just sees that reservation is active. They can go and wait for the buyer to start to initiate a trade. If you go here and you'll see that you can now initiate a trade. And to do that, you just click here and the trade goes through. Now suppose that the buyer cancels. So if the buyer cancels, and what will happen is, let's say, cancel this reservation, what will happen is, you see, so the amount for this is the amount for the buyer and the seller. So the seller is this. So let's say the seller canceled this, then it cancels, then the transaction is credited back to the account. Now that's a problem. The update should also happen here, so we can fix that easily. So cancel needs to also handle the same thing. So cancel button should be on where is cancel engagement? Cancel reservation. Yeah, so cancel reservation. When you do cancel, what happens? One click and I'll cancel. Yeah, we need to do that here. If a successful cancel is made, we need to do that here, and we can do that by, let's see, wallet action. Yeah, use wallet action, which is also included in this. So wallet action, where are you? So await, we'll do that. Await here. Get wallet balance action, then passing the token. Now when you do that, it will update in real time when you cancel. So hopefully, let's do we have time? Okay, we can do another example, so see if that works when I cancel a reservation. No, I need to create another one. I can use the same. And use the same day, date, time. Test 2, 3, Send this, then you'll see it. I don't know why I don't see it here, but you see a new one here. Accept, stake, nice, and I think this is, why is this is not showing well. Stakes pending. Okay, I'll work on that. Okay, let's try stake. Nice, and then we need to cancel. So we can only cancel if it's active. It's active. Now, if you cancel this, we should it should trigger, if successful, it should trigger a refresh on get wallet balance. Yeah, so straight cancel. This value should update. Awesome, it works. Now that's I guess that's yeah, so I guess that's that will be the end of our bug fix. I think we don't have time to handle the other bug fix from what, auctions. So auctions, we had what was the bug? Oh, we couldn't update an auction. So this one, if I do an update, it doesn't really work because of this. So we can do this on the next live stream, where we'll be talking about register organization. So register organization will be our next live stream, and then we can handle a few bugs and also talk about, if you get time, we can also talk about assets and properties, which will be an interesting talk as well. Or if we don't get time, we can schedule this for another live stream so that we talk about assets and properties as we have it as its own live stream, which will be an interesting one. So today we've talked about auctions and bidding and how to bid. We've also fixed a few bugs, just one bug anyways, and then we are done, I think so. And let's see, do we have anything here? Okay, no, nothing. Fine. All right, so that's the end of our stream today, and thank you for watching, and see you next time in the next stream, where we'll be talking about other things too. So thank you all for joining us and for watching this stream, and see you next time. And how do I end this? All right, let's see if pick concurrence. What?